Hello and welcome to Rooted in Yard, where I talk about what it's really like living in Jamaica so that you can know what to expect and how to thrive if you're planning to make the move here. And today we are getting into these self-care practices that I do to manage island life stress. After doing that series on the frustrating things that I've experienced in Jamaica, I thought it would be appropriate to kind of talk about the things that I do to manage some of these stressors or frustrations that are unique to living here or unique to living on an island. So this video will list a few things. I'm going to put this video in parts, is what I mean. So this video is going to talk about a few things, and then in the next video I'm going to get into my journaling practice, which I think is probably something that has helped me the most, which you'll understand better once you hear what the practice is. But in short, managing stress for me involves preparation, finding a creative outlet, body movement, and journaling. So just to start, because I mentioned preparation as the first thing, maybe some people might think preparation is not really self-care, but to me it is, right? Like, to me, when I'm prepared, it reduces my frustration, which reduces my stress, which is better for my health overall. And it reduces my frustration because I'm being prepared. I'm thinking proactively and I'm setting up systems proactively in order to prepare myself, especially considering some of the foolishness that I've had to deal with here that I talked about in that frustration series. And yeah, I understand, I can't prepare for everything. You can't prepare for everything, but things are a lot less stressful than if I didn't prepare. And I know that things are less stressful than if I didn't prepare, because the first time I moved to Jamaica, I did not prepare. I did not prepare at all. Now I know I've already created some in-depth videos about how I prepare for some of these things, or how I prepare for some things that happen here, which I will link in the comments and the description. But a shortened version is things like having buckets of water, having buckets to get water from the water tank outside. If you have a tank on premises and it is not hooked up to the house, like where I'm living now, you're going to need buckets and you're going to need to go outside and fetch the water from the tank. So having buckets is helpful. Wash rags, plastic cups, and water jugs, like the jugs of clean water for when the water goes out, so that you can drink that water instead of trying to drink the water from the tank, which I would not recommend. Then there's having solar powered things or battery powered things for when the power goes out. And then there's also something else I do, is ensuring I have some cash in case I need to grease somebody's palm to get out of a foolishness situation, which sometimes you will have to do here. But also not everywhere accepts card and stuff. So you are going to need some cash on you anyway. Now, are these things still an inconvenience? Yeah. But I feel like because I know what to expect, I can better prepare. And I find that really helps. Okay. So another thing I find that really helps is having some sort of creative outlet to express yourself or express myself. Now this can be whatever you want, right? It could be cooking or baking or tinkering with things. I know at least a couple of people, baking is their thing. But for me, this is coloring. So I have my markers. Maybe I'll put a picture of my markers or whatever, but I have markers, and then I have a little portable printer that I talked about before, and I use that to print coloring pages, and then I just sit down and color while I either listen to music or listen to some uplifting YouTube videos or a podcast or something like that. Now, I'm the type of person who tends to have 20 tabs in my brain all going at once. I'm constantly thinking, as well as it's also easy for me to become negative mentally. So I find that coloring really helps relax my mind and kind of just lulls my mind or something. Maybe it's almost meditative in a sense. It's just easy to do, it's easy to do. I don't have to think too much. I can really get engrossed in what I'm doing. For my husband, something that relaxes his mind is playing games. That's what I'm saying. It can really be whatever you want. For him, he plays games, especially on his phone and stuff. I play games too, but I find that my mind has to be more active when I'm playing games, so I don't use that to relax. But that is something that you can do, right? You can really do anything. The point is just to have a way to kind of relax your mind and also express yourself creatively. Now, another thing that I have done that was also a creative outlet, but it does lead into my next recommendation, and that is having some sort of physical activity or having some sort of regular way to move the body. I find that doing some sort of physical activity really helps to get I don't know, it's like it helps to get pent up energy, any negative energy that you may be feeling, or like stress. It really helps to just move it through the body and move it out of the body. And again, this can be whatever you want, right? Like it could literally be jumping up and down and just shaking your body, which I think is actually recommended in Tai Chi. I think it was a Tai Chi video that I saw where they recommended doing something like that, but just even literally doing things like that really helps. Now for me, I really like doing things like stretching, yoga, and even dancing. So like I either put on a YouTube video, well, sometimes I just put on music and then I just dance because that feels good. But something I used to do is I used to put on a YouTube video, like I'd find a dancing lesson and then I'd put on that video, like I'd make it big, put it up, and then I would just follow along with that video to dance. And I would learn new dances that way as well. You could also work out too, right? That is something that I did for a while and I need to get back into it. And you don't have to pay, like the things I'm talking about, you don't have to pay for, right? Like I mean, maybe to prepare, you have to pay something. But in terms of even just moving your body, there's a lot of free YouTube videos. You don't have to like pay for a gym membership and buy all these videos. There's a lot of free YouTube videos, a lot of free videos out there on YouTube. Even Tai Bo, for my, I don't know, elder millennials, older folks. I don't know if y'all remember Tai Bo from the 90s. It's on YouTube. I didn't know that. I actually did a couple of those workouts the other day and it was really good. There's also even low impact workouts, okay, even on YouTube. So if you find you can't like jump up and down, whatever, your knees hurt, you can actually look for low impact workouts. I actually have plans, because as I said, I want to start getting back into some of that. So I actually have plans to start learning some Tahitian dance or some samba from YouTube. So if you have any good recommendations for that, please do leave it in the comments for me so that I can, watch the video and follow along. But as I said, moving your body really helps to get out that negative energy. In fact, one time while I was here, I woke up, well, it's not just one time. I've done this multiple times, even the other day. The point is, I woke up and I was just, from the moment I opened my eyes, I was just feeling miserable. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. I just woke up and I was just angry because nothing happened. My husband didn't do nothing, like nothing happened. I just woke up feeling miserable. And I'm like, all right, instead of like, I don't know, getting miserable with my husband or whatever, why don't I just, maybe I should just try and do some sort of something, move up and down or something. So I put on some yoga that day that I was feeling super miserable. I put on some yoga and at the end of it, I felt a lot better. Like it was weird because it's like that energy, whatever I was feeling, it's like it literally, I couldn't rationalize it out of my body. I had to physically move my body in order to get that energy out of me. So this is why I'm recommending having some sort of physical activity. It could literally be anything. Like, as I said, jumping up and down, putting on some music, and then just dancing around for a bit, like really move your body. It could literally be anything, but I think that's something that really helps to take whatever stress and stuff you're feeling and just move it out your body. Okay. Now, the last thing I'd like to mention for today is that this is something a little bit newer, but it is an app, actually, okay? And the app is called Finch. And no, this is not sponsored, okay? This is not sponsored. I do not have an affiliate link. The only reason I'm recommending this is because this is a free mental health app that a friend recommended to me, and I think that it could probably help you. I've been checking out the app, I've been using the app, and I'm growing, like I really like it. It's very cute. I'm growing more and more to like it. And I might put some visuals on the screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. But this app is more so to help you keep on track with your self-care goals, which, I think you should have, some self-care goals, especially, as I said, dealing with some of the frustrations of island life. Right? Which some people might think like frustrations of island life. You live on an island. But if you saw my frustration series, you will understand. I created 5 videos for a reason. Anyway, yeah, this app helps you keep up with your self-care goals. And depending on how you want to use it, it can be quite helpful. So how it works is that you're going to set your own self-care goals. Like, they'll have some goals that they can give you can follow along with, but like, you can set your own. You can set how often you want to complete them each week, or how often you want to complete them each day. Then what you have is you have this cute little virtual pet, and every time you complete your goals, your pet gets energy to go on adventures, and it gets energy to grow up over time. It's kind of like a nano pet or a Tamagotchi. I don't know if anyone remembers those. I don't know if those are still around, but it's kind of like a nano pet or Tamagotchi that won't die. Anyway, so you're going to get rainbow stones and energy when you complete your self-care tasks. And then, well, especially the rainbow, I already mentioned the energy, but the rainbow stones especially, you can use those to purchase different things for your pet and for your virtual home. So for me, I have very simple things on my self-care list, like drinking water, because I know I don't drink enough water. So for tasks like this, for drinking water, I'll actually set a notification. That's something you can do as well. You can have some of your goals or your tasks, you can set a notification so that it comes up in your phone, like you literally get a ping in your phone to remind you to do certain things throughout the day. But there's actually a lot more than that in this app, which I recently discovered. So I'm not going to go over everything, but I do want to mention that some other things you can do is you can do reflections about your day. So I guess that's kind of like journaling. You can, as I said, set goals, but I guess these are other goals, not just self-care goals. You can set other goals for yourself. You can do breathing exercises. Like they have a list of like different exercises, breathing exercises you can follow along with. You can do different physical exercises. They have recommendations for that as well in this app. Like I found this app to be just a really wholesome self-care app, and especially for a free app, I didn't expect that at all. No, one last thing I do want to mention about this app is that you can do it with friends, okay? So when you do it with friends, you can actually share your goals with them. You don't have to share all of your goals, but you can share like certain goals with your friends, which kind of helps for accountability. And then you guys can send each other encouragement throughout the day, like about those goals and to keep on track with those goals. So if you think that, you know, based on what I said, this can help you be more intentional with your self-care, or it can help you reach your goals and can help you with reducing stress, then do feel free to try it out. I don't know if this is, I have an Android phone. I have a Samsung. I don't know if this is available on Apple. It probably is. I just say you have to check. But do feel free to try it out because, as I said, it's free. And if you want to be friends in this app, just hit me up, let me know, because I'm happy to have more friends in the app. I just have my one friend right now. But okay, so these are just some of the things that I find helpful in managing stress. So to quickly recap, some of the things I do are I prepare in advance for the frustrating moments as much as I can. I have a creative outlet. I find a way to move my body. And I use that Finch app to keep on track with some of my self-care tasks. And I'm thinking this Finch app is probably going to end up being much more helpful because I would like to start working out. Well, I'd like to start working out, but I'd also like to start waking up earlier and going to bed earlier because I am a night owl. I'll be up till like 5 in the morning just because. And I kind of feel like I want to change that. Anyway, so that is it. I hope that you found this video informative or helpful or at least entertaining. But I would also love to hear from you, okay? Even if you're not in Jamaica right now. Are there any self-care practices that you do to help you manage stress, especially like low cost or free things? If so, please do leave it in the comments, share it in the comments with everyone, because like there's probably other things that people can do that I didn't list. And there's, you know, probably other things that I can probably do. So I'd love to learn from you as well. And if you are planning to move to Jamaica, please do not leave without getting your freebies, please, because I created these things. Okay, I worked hard on them. I created these things to help give you a head start on things like what to bring, what to prep, what to expect. I am working on creating more freebies as well. So the link for that will be in the description and in the comments. And then if you want even more support, more than like my videos and my freebies to help your transition to Jamaica go smoother, there are actually a couple of things that I think could really help. So one is the Rooted in Yard membership. This is a membership I created. It's a supportive space with live video chats, okay, where you can ask questions or we can just kind of chill and, you know, hold a vibe and build community. There will be weekly reflection prompts. You will also have access to a private community and early access to all of my content. So if you don't want to wait to see something because these videos are scheduled, then you can, you know, join the community and see that. And then the next thing that I think is going to be super, super helpful is the Moving to Jamaica guide that I'm creating. So if you're interested in moving here, I would, as I said, highly recommend getting this. I am still working on it. It's mostly done. I have most of the content. Done. You know, I just want to make it pretty for you guys. So yeah, but it is available for pre-order right now for just $10. The price will go up when it's done, so do grab it early if you're interested. When you go to the link, you are going to see a table of contents. So like I am giving you information because, as I said, I pretty much have everything, you know, written out and done. So you're going to see a table of contents of like the type of topics you can expect to see there. You're not just pre-ordering something and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to get. No, I give you information on exactly what you're going to get. And hopefully I'm hoping I can add actually a couple more chapters or sections with some information. Anyway, if you think this would be helpful, all of the links will be in the comments and in the description. In the meantime, thank you for watching. If you like this video, do subscribe so that you don't miss what's coming next, and I'll see you in the next one.